He'll make it for sure. That's why I backed him on Tap Touch.
You got the touch, you got the power. Got the touch? Choose Tap Touch. Better your bet. Download the app today.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode this week of Coast to Coast. Of course, proudly presented by Tab Touch. Tough times on field, you know, it's 15 straight losses, bit soul-destroying for the fans out there, but I tell you what, Tab Touch haven't done a foot wrong. They're flying and they're doing well for us, and so's this bloke. Man, Oscar Allen's fronted the studio. The moment you went down clutching that shoulder, Oz, you get me very scared, you get me thinking I'm doing solo pods, which no one wants to do, but like within 10 minutes, you're basically smashing... Who is it? It's Peter Staples being like, let me on. Yeah. I want to come back on. I'm like, oh, this is epic to see. How you going, big fella?
I'm going well. I'm going okay. I shouldn't lie. I'm going all right.
Right.
I'm a little bit sore and sorry, but
bit ginger.
I'm looking forward to this weekend. Looking forward to getting over to Melbourne with the boys and breaking that losing streak.
Yeah, that'd be pretty handy. Thoughts from the game? You know, like it's a tough one when you're winning a lot of measurable metrics that you probably got up on the board, your key winnables, which is...
KPIs, yep.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. So you got your contested footy, inside 50s, pretty healthy.
Mm-hmm. Pressure.
Yep.
Team defence, how we defended.
So how do you take that on board with like winning a lot of those but still not getting the job done? How does that review take place?
Yeah, this week probably was the first time, even the St Kilda game, like the pressure and the atmosphere was better that we created as players, and the crowd, I think, plays a big part in that as well.
Credit to the crowd.
That was
not dropping off at all.
No, that was great. But this week was probably the first time the numbers actually reflected us having some form of dominance in the game. I think it's the first time we've won inside 50s since who knows when, like for quite a long time. So that's probably the disappointing part of it from my perspective as a forward, that we didn't capitalise and we didn't make the most out of those opportunities, and if we had, who knows, we might have won. But there's probably, like there has been a lot this year, a 20-minute stretch, probably 10 minutes before halftime, 10 minutes after. I think they kicked 6 or 7 unanswered and we were down by 50-odd points, and I thought we showed some grit to get ourselves back in the game, but giving them that leg rope was pretty hard to come back from, and their good players played well. Like Dusty did his thing, Shea Bolton was good, Rioli was probably best on ground. Those guys brought a lot of atmosphere and excitement to the game from their side. So a tough one to reflect on, but again, another chance where we almost walk away thinking we could have won today. Like we had an opportunity today and we let it past us.
It was very reminiscent of the last time we played them at the G, where they had the spurt. That was the difference in the game. And that was at the start of the third quarter this time around rather than at the end. Did Bolter get in the coaches' votes?
He did, yeah. He beat me as well. So,
oh, mate, that's probably like, you're rarely beaten like that in your entire short career so far. He had a serious game.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you sort of, it's almost the benefit of being a key position forward and the fact that you can go without a touch for the first half.
Yep.
Come in, have 4 disposals, which on paper is like, oh, geez, I'd love more than that. Kick 3 goals and get named in the best off the back of that impact you can have. So it's kind of like, as infuriating as it would be, because as a midfielder, you can kind of work yourself into games a little bit more. But as a forward, you can have massively quiet stretches, but still know that you can play such a massive part in the game, which is what was a testament to yourself for not dropping your head or finding little areas that you could make your mark in.
Yeah, like not sugarcoating it, I was pretty pissed off at halftime. Like he comprehensively pulled my pants down the first half and beat me. And as you said, probably hasn't happened too often to me this year in particular. Like I feel like I've halved or won most of the guys I've played against. Maybe Alir against Port Adelaide probably knocked me off too. And I mean, there's a couple of other situations, but yeah, it was a tough pill to swallow, but that's probably where your pride kicks in. And all right, I look at myself as the leader of the footy club. How are you going to respond, mate? It's important. And to be able to have some impact on the game, was nice. I felt like I was able to help to a certain extent in the second half, but again, it's one of those where you look back on it and go, well, if I'd put together a full game, like what could have been? You know, what could I have helped become of the game on the weekends. That's probably the reflection piece as a key forward anyway I take away from the game. Obviously, things happened with my shoulder and then I was in and out of the game for parts of it. But, yeah, it's definitely frustrating and something to reflect on this week going up against Carlton and Jacob Wiedering, who's probably one of the more informed key position defenders in the game. So the funny thing is the better you play individually, the better oppo you get. And they're all coming to get me and to shut me out of the game. So
do you ever hope? Are you ever celebrating when they go to JD in terms of the best defenders? Are you almost just looking and hoping at some point and being like, not the be all and end all, but that's pretty handy.
I mean, back in the day, it happened a lot. I was super fortunate. Like my first 4 years, I was sheltered and got the third best defender. Because JK is JK and JD all Australian for the first couple of years when I was at the footy club as well. So, and JD's still a terrific player. And on the weekend, we're going to chat with Hoffy later, but kicking his 500th goal, a massive achievement, a massive figure piece in the footy club's history, really. Like he'll go down as one of our great players, premiership player, third in the all-time goal kicking. He's done a lot for the footy club and he's helped get me to the position I am today. So it's probably fair that at the moment I'm getting the more recognised defender, but him on the weekend, I thought he was terrific and really, if he maybe had converted some of his opportunities, could have taken the game away from them.
Gaffy's storyline was the most interesting for the week for mine. So relegated to the sub role where it all began for him back in 2011 and has been a model of consistency, probably the most consistent Eagle form-wise in my entire time here.
Yeah, ever. Yeah.
And the BNF finishes will tell you that, and the durability plays a role in that, I understand. But then he gets dropped and, unluckily for Ruben, fortuitously for Gaffy and given an opportunity for a reprieve, takes it with both hands and plays arguably one of his best games of the year. Had it 24 times and used it real well. 75% for a midfielder is very high. I wanted to touch on, your first question then, how was Gaffy's demeanour through the week from that moment onwards in the game?
Yeah, it was great. That's why he's who he is. He's always very levelled and consistent on field, and he's the same off field. He's a very level-headed man, really intelligent, really emotionally intelligent as well, and that's how he carried himself. You didn't hear anything from him, no sideways comments, no moaning, no anything. He just went out there, trained really well throughout the week, and did what he could to perform on game day, and then as you touched on, unfortunately for Rubes, does a hammy, which is obviously really disappointing for him. He's had a terrific first season in his career thus far, but Gaffy takes the opportunity with both hands and probably one of our best on the day, which as the sub is a very hard thing to do. Whether you come on 5 minutes into the game or at the end of the game, you've got a different mindset and you obviously want to come out there and have some impact on the game, and he was able to do that for us straight away.
So I wanted to then shift the conversation to blokes getting dropped in general. When it happens, whether you're aware of it when it happens on field, whether you're kind of noticing if they have those conversations on field, like if the coach will come and drag them away or talk to them or...
Talking at training or...
Yeah, they might drop them at training. They might drop them in the, in between a weight session and a training. Yeah. And you'll know the people that are either in the gun or not, and knowing how to tread around them, like the whole facet around when they get dropped and how they take it differs on so many different levels. Mm-hmm. How do you find it from an observation point of view?
Oh, I've been a part of it. Like I've been a part of getting dropped after a main session. It's a funny one because sometimes you're relying on someone else. So there might be, particularly early in my career, the only reason I was really coming into the side was because JK or Gov or Tom Brass were out injured, and you get an opportunity because of that, and then they come back from their injury, and then obviously you're the one to go out of the side no matter how you play. So that's one aspect of it. There's also, which I've been a part of, the before main training, mate, train well today. Like when he comes and says, mate, just train really well today, you're like, yeah, all right, I need to train well today, otherwise I might be in the gun. So
do you think that makes any difference whatsoever?
You're not laughing and stuff like you normally are at training.
No, but do you honestly think your training output is making or breaking your selection of the day? You think that's a mental motivator in some variety to keep you positive, perhaps?
Oh, I'm not smart enough to know, to be honest, but it does. I feel like I've had some sessions where I've trained well and played because of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, particularly when
when match sims more involved.
Yeah, so this week 6-day break, less training, probably won't have as great an impact, whereas 8-day break, match sim, if you tear it up, like, okay, your loss, if you don't want to play me. So I think you can have more impact on those types of weeks.
Yeah, okay. Talked about Jimby, Hammy, devastating. Did it in the marking contest, I think I heard, rather than when he kicked it. So it almost seemed like it was ready to go, sadly. Gov split his face open, got a concussion test, back on. Duggo boot to the face, thanks for coming. TB falls from the Eiffel Tower.
That was the best spoil of all time, because him getting his foot on that saved him from potentially giving a free kick away. Although I argue it almost could have been a free kick for him, because the guy's like back into him, and
the guy's Jack Rewalt.
Jack Rewalt's taken TB's body like a smart forward craft, but minced him on the way through.
Once you're turning up there,
you're gone. Mate,
you're absolutely
it's a shocking feeling.
Yeah.
And you just eyes are closed and you just hear a thud.
Is that what happened in your concussion? Did you get turned, or you got up so high that you lost control on the way down?
Yeah, mine was I just tried to go over the front and came in with a bit too much sriracha and just went over H over A.
Mate, you can land anywhere then. The fact he's landed where he is, as sore as he was post, it could have been so much worse, mate. It's a hard deck.
Yeah, I mean, they're the silver linings where you go, thank God he got through all right. And both of them very important players for us, clearly, and had impact on the game. So,
mate, I don't know if you saw a couple of your ex-teammates having a game together for Northampton Rams on Sunday.
Yeah, this did catch my eye.
Did you see any vision from it, or did you hear about how any of them went?
I did. I haven't seen any vision, but Boots after the game says, obviously I knew JK and Leck were playing together, and Boots goes, how's Kenner's kick forward today? And I was like, love it. How many did Leck kick? And he goes, apparently he didn't have a touch. So that's cracking. So obviously JK being recently out of the game still got the feel.
It was 4 goals plenty behinds.
Yeah, four a lot.
4 heaps. And Lecker, I saw him touch it a couple of times on the news, but he posted on Instagram.
Saying he didn't have a kick?
Yeah, basically, in no uncertain terms. So how do you reckon they're pulling up from that?
Sore, yeah. I reckon they both could still, like, on their day. Actually, I shouldn't. Leck hasn't played for 4 years. It feels like yesterday he was still at the footy club. So that's quite a lot. 5 years now, quite a long time.
But he's not training. He's not running. He's catching fish.
But I dare say any of them on their day, give them a month, come in one AFL game, could still do some crazy things.
You think on an AFL game?
Mate, 100%. Right. Some of the stuff that JK does, like, you don't lose that as a key forward. His craft, like, his knees would blow up and he'd be sore, but he could still come out and take the mick for 2 hours on a Saturday Arvo. And I reckon
thinking more Lecker. Lecker's been 5 years now.
Leck is one of the more skillful players I've ever seen. Like, if he's...
A month, though. Nah. You're going to be so out of shape in a month.
Mate, yeah, I don't care. He can come out and do it. Play him 60 minutes and he'll kick a couple goals for you.
All right. Mate, I'm so late to the party to this story. This is the Alex Condon story.
Yeah, I did know the story, yeah.
So why hasn't this been more talked about, especially with you and I around the traps? So this is for those unaware, it's a 212-centimetre basketball talent who was playing 18s footy for WA. He's a local boy, Oz, and was playing for Claremont Seniors as well. Opted out of playing no more footy. So I'm going to concentrate on basketball.
And would have been like a first-round draft pick, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So got some skill, got some talent, got some size and versatility, and definitely the agility to make this leap to basketball. He's now going to the University of Florida to have a crack at it and stopped playing footy. So the next time he can come back and play footy and be a Category B member of a footy list is 2024.
Yeah.
But the way that it works...
He gets to bid on which team he wants him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he want to come play for a WA team, do you think? Why have the Collingwood Magpies been chosen as his team of choice?
So I think there's a couple layers behind this. So University of Florida, who else played for the University of Florida?
Don't say Mason Cox.
Mason Cox.
Right.
And then obviously he's gone to Collingwood, rousing success considering he was mid-20s when he came over here, never touched a footy. He's the tallest man ever, people thought and he's played 100 games and kicked them into a grand final, like was best on in a prelim.
Did he win the Eagles the grand final that year?
No, Dom Sheed won the Eagles the grand final that year. All Luke Shuey. Boots actually be annoyed I said Dom Sheed. Boots won the grand final that year. Anyway, so I think there's some different like stories, undertones behind that, but it is interesting that he can nominate and go wherever.
Big time. 4 years out. 3 years after the fact.
Yeah, But
What if Collingwood at the bottom of the ladder at that time? Are you then committed to them?
mid next year?
That'd
be interesting to see. That'd be a fall from grace.
When he made that call, they wouldn't have been too far off that, right?
That was started this year. He made that call, so they just made a prelim.
I thought it was 2021 that he had to make the call. Because if it's 2024, it's 3 years after.
Nah, because he was still playing footy at 2021. So it was 2022 he made the call.
I don't like that he's not playing for WA, the home state.
Yeah, look, it irks me, but whatever.
I've got another one for you.
Yep.
Kane Corns, you heard of him?
Yeah. Yep.
So he's getting stuck into the Guard of Honour, calling it a pandemic. Probably wrong choice of words for mine.
Right. Yes.
Is gripping the AFL at the moment. The straw that broke the camel's back was Zach Merritt getting chaired off, I guess, after a 77-point loss to the Catters. And he then went on to say, you've got your Brett Roseberry's umpiring game 500, Guard of Honour.
And what he wasn't happy about that.
You've got GWS lining up for Rory Sloane, 250, Guard of Honour.
What?
Zach Tui breaking the Irish Games record, Guard of Honour. And he's wondering if this is too OTT, as my drama teacher used to say at the top of the paper.
Over the top.
Over the top, yeah.
So
where do you sit with it all? I don't want you to make some headlines, so what are your thoughts? 77-point loss, 200 game, getting chaired off by your teammates. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, so we've had guys playing 150 games and generally 150 get chaired off, life member, who've said they don't want to get chaired off.
Mate, we've got a horrendous recent run of big milestone players that we've unfortunately lost in. So we can relate to this quite a bit.
And they don't want to get chaired off a lot of the time, and at the end it's their call. But I think the umpire one's a bit harsh. 500 games, I don't know how many guys have done that. Brett Roseberry set the record as the youngest ever AFL umpire. And it's pretty much gone 500 games straight.
I'm with you.
So, no issues at all with that.
That's just great respect. You want to grow the game umpiring levels down below.
That, yeah.
You think that will help it 100% of the time. You show two teams showing respect to an umpire, so I'm with you there.
Yeah, Zach Tui, I think it was also a lot about the guy he took the record over from, Jim Stein. It's his family were there. They presented him with, I think, a jersey and a football or something. That's a landmark. It was the first ever Irish player to come over, and he holds such a great legacy in AFL footy. So I also get that. And then the Rory Sloane one, should we not have lined up for Texas 250th? Is it just because they lost?
Are you happy? No. Yeah, are you happy to be lining up for opposition's 250th games in Guard of Honours?
Look,
you just don't care.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
If they want us to, absolutely. I'll show my respect, but I think it'd be worse if they're lining up and we as the opposition side go, no, we're not doing that. If
you lose a kick, let's say, for instance, you play game 150 or 200 on the weekend against Tigers, and we lose by a kick. Great game. You happy to be chaired off? Compared to being done by 70, is there a difference in your mind about how that game plays out to have that recognition with your fans that are still waiting there at the race where you come off and your family are above there? To get that photo opportunity and that memory, does it change your opinion of how the game plays out?
Oh, look, I'm biased. I think it's bigger than that one afternoon. It's a culmination of everything you've put together for the majority of your life, really, your whole professional career for most of us. From the time you're 12 or 13, and now that's kind of when you start cluing in on training more, focusing on different things to get your game to a level where it needs to be, to then get drafted, to then play consistently, to then get lucky enough to not get injured and play at a high level. I think anyone who makes it 200 should probably get chaired off. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't play the game, but one of my opinions would be savor the moment while you can, because you never know if that next 51 coming around, and I'm not talking 100 game chair off, but the difference between 150 to 250
is a lot. Yeah,
it's 3 years. Well, you just never know.
3 years,
mate. I'll never forget where Eric McKenzie was the best fullback in the competition.
Yeah,
played 130 odd games
and finished at 148.
And finished 148. Did a knee, came back. Position had changed from that. Couldn't get back to where he was with his toes and his knees, and couldn't even get to 150, which he looked like an absolute Monty to do. Yeah. And anything can change at the blink of an eye at this level when you're dealing with severe injuries and form. So I'm all for celebrating when they can.
I just think it's more than that one day.
Yeah.
It's a culmination of your career. Your family, they've sacrificed a lot for you. You've sacrificed a lot. The fans sacrificed a lot for you. Yeah, that's how I think about it.
With you. Last one. Love picking your brain, Oz. You're on fire today. Finals wildcard. Finals wildcard.
What do you
weekend.
think? I want your opinion of this first.
For the fans that are living under a rock, I think it's being presented to the club CEOs today. They're having a meeting in Melbourne about whether they'd be keen to open up a wild card final situation where I would have to think 7 are playing 10th and 8th are playing 9th.
Similar to the NBA playing.
That's my problem with it though, Oz, is because it's obviously mirrored from the NBA, and why the NBA works so well is because a game of NBA is so much less taxing than a game of AFL.
And a singular game is less important.
Exactly. Like you're playing best of 5 series for once you get into that position. Best of 7. You're playing best of 7 once you get there. And the great thing what they do in the NBA is they go 7v8 for a one game. And if you win, you're in. And if you lose, you're still in.
Yeah,
you play another game after, and it's the winner of 9 and 10. You can't do that at AFL.
No, you can't just keep playing games.
Well, you're just going to wait a week, and there's just one game on that week. So it's like, hey, 7-8, the loser, or you're going to play the winner of 9-10. You just can't do it that way. So,
do you know why they brought it into the NBA? Do you know the actual reason? Because I do.
Is it not for more revenue for the broadcaster to be having more games and therefore, in that way?
Eliminate tanking. Because there were too many sides who were purposely losing.
That makes sense.
Not purposely losing, but not doing their best. Like star young players would be rested late in the year.
They do make more revenue off these games.
They do make more revenue off these games, but it made it more interesting. So if you're at the halfway point, you're at the All-Star break.
Yeah.
I'm in the 10th seed. I'm 5 games out of the 8th seed. I'm not going to make that distance up. Well, I'm going to rest my star young player for the rest of the year and put him in an off-season program now so they can get their body right and focus on next season's campaign. Players don't do that, or teams don't do that as often anymore now because of it.
So you're going to have a wild card. You're going to have a wild card weekend now. Is that what they're suggesting?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So then you're in danger of doing that, missing too many games if you're in the top 4.
Well, imagine if there's teams that finish 5th and 6th and 7th who were 1 game out of the 4. So imagine finishing 1 game out of finishing top 4 and then you lose the next week in a one-off game. And I know that's what finals are anyway, but I don't know.
You want to see it or not?
Probably not. No, not yet. Like I think AFL footy is in a good space right now.
Yeah. I see no need to change it, but interesting with the discussions. Let's bring in Brady Hough.
The Hoffman.
Yeah. Good mates with the Hoffman?
Yeah, get along with him well, as we'll touch on later.
How was the dinner at 2 questions? What did the bill come to at the pizza dinner with all the Fords? And did any back chat, God, shoot me. Did any coast-to-coast fans lob knowing that we'd recorded the episode and they were like, I know where all these Eagles Fords are going to be. I'm going to come down for some ciggies.
I'm just going to hand signal to you
Right.
So that is those 2 plus
some zeros.
Yeah.
Yep.
And no.
Right.
So there you go.
Okay. Did anyone go more hard than others in the...
No, I just ordered collective sides for the table.
Right.
And said order a pizza each, fellas.
Good night?
Yeah, great night.
Okay.
Yeah, the Fords are back, mate. We're a tight unit. We're the best line at the footy club.
Let's bring on Hoffy.
He'll make it for sure. That's why I backed him on Tap Touch.
You got the touch, you got the power. Got the touch? Choose Tap Touch. Better your bet. Download the app today.
Yes, great to be back in the Coast to Coast studios, of course, presented by Tab Touch. You have got the touch. Oscar Allen, we're welcoming a first-timer, and breaking him in is normally pretty exciting stuff. Why don't you welcome the great man?
Look, these are always nervous times. You're not sure how they're going to react, but I think this boy will be all right. Hoffy, talk to me, mate. How you going?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, boys.
So, mate, on the back of a career best form, if you don't mind me saying, we thought it'd be the perfect time to strike. How are you feeling? How do you feel like your form's going at the moment?
Yeah,
Make it harder for you. How do you feel like you're going?
Yeah.
Smashing it.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Going all right, I think. Ticking along. Just glad to be in the team at the moment. So, yeah, broke into the team earlier in the year off the back of a little hammy injury. So, yeah, good to get that consistent form going. And, yeah, I'm just glad to be in the team.
Well, you brought it up. So let me ask you. So you played, 2 waffle pracky games when the boys were basically had their AFL side picked.
Yeah.
And you're coming off the back of the Emerging Leader Award. We'll get to Club Champs Night in your speech and how you think you went, out of 10 or whatnot. But what was the mindset like of sort of coming off the back of that, knowing you're on the upward trajectory, sort of half cemented the team, or cemented in the team in 2022, but then having to come back and everyone's fit and you're not in the 22? What was that like mentally for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. I got crook over the off season, so I think that put me back a little bit, come back a little bit underdone. So, yeah, it was a mental challenge. You know, last year got a few games under my belt, which was good, but, you know, yeah, just worked hard to get back in the team. Obviously, probably off the back of a few injuries again, but when the opportunity comes, you got to take it, and I think I did that. So, yeah, just keen to be in the team again.
Just a quick one on your development, mate. Last year, I feel like you played more as a halfback, and then this year started on the wing, kind of rotated, and you've kind of been playing wing, halfback, maybe even a little bit on ball potentially in the future. Where do you see your position right now? Where would you like to play if you're Adam Simpson and you can play yourself wherever?
Yeah, I don't want to hear this. I'm happy in the team.
Yeah.
That's the immediate response.
Yeah,
Huffy.
We're a bit different on this podcast.
This is a
mate.
closed circle in here, right?
It is. It's a tough one for me. I've been asked this like a few times in interviews. I actually don't have it. I would probably say I've played a lot of footy on the wing. Mm-hmm. It's probably where I feel most comfortable, but I am enjoying learning the craft down back, you know, with McGovern, Barras, Duggo, Coley. It's a very strong group down there, so I am enjoying it. But, you know, it's a tough one. I'm happy to be anywhere, but wing's probably my most experienced place to be, but yeah.
See a bit of wing potential in him, Oz, you know, someone that's played it a fair bit. But I wanted to ask, because the wing position's changing, it's evolving more than any other position on the ground, perhaps.
Yeah.
So you say you played a lot of wing, but this isn't really the same type of role, though, is it?
Yeah, it has changed definitely probably the last couple of years. I wouldn't say harder to get the pill, or maybe it is, but, you know, you used to see very prolific ball winners on the wing, but now it's, you know, it's a lot of running, but I think I have the capacity to run that role, and I'm happy to be out there. So, yeah.
He's in your boat with the 16 snubbing, Oz, from back in the day.
Yeah, mate. So didn't play 16s. Just talk to me about your draft, I suppose, journey, because I remember actually first time I heard about you when you were playing some senior footy for Peel and played against Subi and had a pretty good day. So talk to me a bit about, didn't play 16s. What was the go from there? Play Colts footy, played 18s. Talk to me how that came about.
Didn't play 16s. I think I was my year 12's year. So at high school, I actually stayed at home and just played country football for HBL. So I only played 1 year of waffle before I got drafted. Didn't play underage. So, yeah, I was at Harvey Brunswick, played league football down there when I was 16, I think. And then
boy amongst men type scenario.
Yeah, for sure. So I was, pretty small back then. I actually developed very late, probably when I was 16 around then.
So was that nerve-wracking, playing with big boys, knowing that, you know, either way could sort of end your day pretty quickly?
Yeah, it was, especially towards the start. But then I've said this to people as well. I think it set me up really well to go up against those bigger bodies. And then when I did make the move up to waffle, I thought I was able to, you know, I was confident enough in my body to take it to the next level. So, yeah, played probably 10 games, waffle Colts. Last game of the year I played league, debuted for Peel.
Get a win?
Against Subi. No, we just went down. They were playing to hold top of the ladder, and we just missed them. So it was a good come. We came back very well, but just missed him. But, yeah, I think I had a pretty good day, and that set me up. I got selected in the state 18s, but, yeah, like you said, I missed the 16s, and that was probably a big motivator for me.
I want to touch on the club champ night, mate. Do you think you're going to win an award? How do you think you went with your speech? Rated out of 10. Were you nervous up there? Did you have a few barts to just ease the flow of the words and just make it all spit lyrical pretty well? Like, how'd you feel in the evening?
I was pretty nervous.
So you knew you were going to win the award?
I knew I was a sniff. Baz obviously was up there too. So, yeah, I knew it was probably out of me or him. Both played, around 15 games. So, yeah, I did get pretty nervous, but I think I went not too bad for my first club speech. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. Probably 6 out of 10. There's definitely room for improvement.
Do you remember yours? Yeah, you're fine, were you?
Yeah, I think my first speech, because I won Emerging Talent, that was better than my one I did this year for Best Club.
Oh, yeah.
Was this when you thanked the cleaners and everyone under the sun?
I said thanks to my partners instead of partner.
I've got a few on the go.
My girlfriend Lorna was not happy with me with that.
No.
To be fair, I was intoxicated as I hadn't played a game of footy this year, and I thought, sweet, easy BNF night for me. I also had surgery 3 or 4 days earlier. So I was not expecting to be doing much and was very easily drunk. So one of the regrets, amongst a long list.
Yeah.
I don't think we touched on it, mate. You're a big podcast listener. Talk to me about it. Have you listened to our podcast before?
A few times, a few episodes I have.
Very
Not-
desperate, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're doing in
Yeah.
those areas. You got better things to listen to, don't you, Hovey?
I'm actually not a big podcast guy. More just music. Yeah,
What
listen to the tunes.
What type of beats are we throwing away?
I'm into country at the moment, as is
Yeah.
a lot of people, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, very good.
This is a trend around the playing group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everywhere.
It's
Am I missing the boat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're out.
Yeah.
Hip hop's out the door, mate. We're into country music now. Everyone's going to be wearing fedoras and stuff.
Yeah.
That's shocking to hear. Okay.
Speaking about your spare time, mate, obviously you're an illustrious member of the Yorgers. Do you want to explain the Yorgers to the boys listening?
Yeah, group chat.
Yeah.
2K. So yeah, I'm pretty love a bit of 2K on the PlayStation 5. Me, Oscar, Izzy Winder, Truey, Petch,
Harry,
Yeah, Harry, can't leave him out. He's big player for us. So
JJ's also.
JJ's
he
getting
kind of
there.
ruins the game for us when he comes and plays. We're actually looking forward to when
Yeah.
him and Petch aren't online. We're at our best, I think.
Yeah, I played with him last night. He's gotten better.
Barkingji,
Yeah.
he's getting there.
Yeah, he's getting there.
So JJ's terrible on the game,
Yeah.
but great on the chat.
Oh,
He cracks it.
yeah.
Like he's every chance mid game just to disconnect, and then we're just
Yeah.
like one short.
Harry cracks it the most.
Harry does. Petch brings bad vibes though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's sometimes some bad vibes, yeah.
What's the seeding then? Who's top?
Harry's probably the best.
Harry's probably the best.
He's
He's just massive, though.
He's
big
the center. He's the center of our lineup.
Probably averages 20, 40, and
Oh,
20.
sorry. You're
We're
playing
eight-
as one collective squad.
Yeah, so
it's-
Harry's the center. Hoffy's the 2. Petch is the 1. I play the 3. Izzy's the stretch 4. And then Truey's actually come in as kind of the pseudo 1 when Petch isn't there.
Yeah.
So good.
But sometimes me and you run like point forward as well.
Yeah. I'm either one or the 2.
Yeah.
Are you, well,
Harry's not happy when I'm the 1.
Yeah, because he doesn't leak out
I
and
don't
get
find
easy
him much.
buckets.
Yeah, I don't find him.
Are you running set plays or it's just like I'm screening, blah, blah, blah? Are you playing against other online teams?
Yes,
Yeah.
so it's all 5 of us. We're each controlling a player. And we're playing online. So we play the rec.
Yeah.
And we made a 3s pro-am side for when the boys aren't on. So that was also good fun. But yeah, we're in good areas at the moment. Like
We get some good players going.
yeah, like
I'll find Oscar. He's a good shooter.
I'm a 2-way inside outside sharp
Yeah.
slasher. You're more of a slasher, but you can
Yeah.
hit the tray ball.
On and off, yeah.
Yeah.
On and off.
Is everyone made their character to look like themselves or have you put in some classic looking dudes?
No, none of us look anything like what we do. That's all I'll say.
Nothing like.
Okay. All right. That's epic. All right. So you normally be smashing that Savo. Is that what we've interrupted?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, that's what I was going to ask you. Are we on Savo?
Yeah, we'll be on. I'll be
Yeah.
on.
Big day, boys. Right. Big day.
Can I touch on one more thing?
Yeah, of course you can.
You did say earlier you wanted to play wing. I think you wouldn't have helped that case by your game against Brisbane. Probably, I'd say your best game so far in your career.
Yeah.
Playing on Charlie Cameron, who's going to be an All-Australian forward pocket probably, and you have 22, hold him to 7, goalless. What was your mindset going into that game? Because younger player, playing against probably one of the best to do it in the position. How did you go into that game? How did you set yourself up mentally to know that I'm going to have a good day on him today?
Yeah, Preddy asked me at the airport. He just like floated past me and said, "Do you want Charlie Cameron?" I just said to him like, "Yeah, I'll take him," and then didn't really think it was like 100% locked in until captain's run when he did tell me like, "Yeah, Hoffy's going to Cameron." Then I kind of just like that night, like I've always been one to embrace the challenge. So yeah, I was nervous going in, and because you got to find the balance between getting that done and then, you know, playing Team D and getting involved and helping the team out as well. So probably early I was latched onto him a little bit, but yeah, found the balance pretty well and was able to work off him. But yeah, it was a great challenge and I was excited by it.
You're never going to say no to Praddy in that scenario, are you?
Oh, no, maybe.
In Hoff's scenario.
You're
You're not going
right.
to be like, you know what? I appreciate that opportunity. I'm going to give it a miss.
Nah, you're never going to say no, but there's a difference between saying yes and then like going out and executing with like belief that you can do it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a definite distinction there, and like it's not an enviable role. He's a superstar. Like he's genuinely one of the best players. He's got a hold of us before in the past, and taking that Sheppy role, mate, you might just be the lockdown stopper in the back pocket now. Stop playing so well and letting guys shutting blokes down.
Yeah, he was a great player. I actually watched him quite a bit growing up and was probably up there with one of my favourite players. So
There you go.
it's pretty special to maybe take that role.
You'd want that role? You want to be shut down?
Well, it was highly respected, as I've heard. So, whatever it takes. Yeah,
Play the Sheppy role. Miss Australia on the cards. You're taking, are you?
yeah.
No, Miss Australia can have a seat then. Did Charlie give it a bit back? Was he get frustrated and just start swinging back and firing back?
No, not really. No, he was
Just accepted defeat in his stride.
no, not that, but. Yeah, he didn't give much back. I'm not one to talk during the game, so I wasn't probably giving him much.
A couple of things I want to touch on in the game before we just move on to our final few questions. JD kicked his 500th West Coast career goal. Oscar, one of the first to him. Proximity-wise, hey, he's right there.
Makes it easier.
You've got to make a bit of a journey from where you are. Were you happy to make the run down? Did you know of the milestone? Did the crowd sort of assist you?
I was one of the 3 that didn't actually make it.
Did you not make it down there?
Nah, so I was running back. Probably got into D50 and then seen it come up on the big screen. And then I've looked back and the timer up in the top screen's already ticking down. And I'm like, nah, I can't go. And TV's giving it the clap above his head. I think there was someone else there.
So what did you do? Did you give it the clap or did you just put your head down and like, I've remade an error here. I'm not going to try and see it.
I got to him at 3/4 time, I think it was. But
good on you. He would have loved that.
He said thanks for that.
Yeah, beautiful.
A few other things. Did you see Chesser get his face smashed in on the wing with the marking attempt?
Yeah, look, it was my man that did it.
Really?
Yeah. I
You could
went
have
up to
blocked
him
him,
and
yeah.
apologised. Yeah. I was actually leaking out the back. I was thinking, Chess, mark this and roll to me. And then as I've turned back, I see Noel Bowles' knee.
I think that was on me.
Yeah. So can we touch on this actually?
Did you kick it to him?
Yeah, twice, yeah.
Right.
It happened twice, yeah. So the first one I've rolled right foot. Someone's pressed, I think, off him, and I thought he was like so on. Kicked it to him, thought he was going to run into 50, maybe hit up Oz. And then I think it was Cochin just come straight off the bench and, knee straight in the ribs. So I felt bad for that one. And then another one, I went open side and sat it right on his head. And I think it was Bolter you were playing on. Just one of them, was definitely my fault. But I didn't, that was my fault, yeah.
Bit of a running gag in the change room at the moment.
Yeah.
Hoffy's throwing things up to Chess. Watching Chess like sheepishly go back with it and then like pull out. So it's good that you guys have a good relationship, mate.
Yeah, we do.
Great gags. The other one I want to touch on was the Morris Rioli getting subbed off. So I don't know if you've seen the vision.
Yeah.
Being handed the phone, you just want to know part of taking that phone call. Would you ever in a million years be in that position where you'd pull that kind of manoeuvre? I'll start with you as a senior leader. Like, how much strife would you be in if someone wants to have a chat to you on the phone? You just knock it away and go, nah, not happening.
Oh, look, mate, never being subbed off. Like, if you were to get subbed off if you're getting subbed off not injury-wise, you're playing poorly, I'd assume, then you have to take the call. I've been given the phone before, like mid-game, and I said no. But never. But I was like, had to get back out on the field or go see the doctors or something. If I was injured, I reckon I could do that. Like if you're injured and you're just like, look, I just don't want to talk to coaches right now. I just want to sit here. Just let me sit here. Like if someone wants to chat with you, mate, how you feeling? Just like, I'll chat with you later, mate. But that was hilarious. Like I could resonate with how he felt, and you could just perfectly see his body language.
Yeah.
You ever denied a phone call on the bench before, Huffy?
No, not yet. I'm not one to do that.
Not yet. He's waiting for this weekend.
Nah.
All right. What about Don and Fiona, the host family, mate? You still with them, tucked away, whereabouts you say it was?
Yeah, Applecross. Yeah, still with them.
Tucked away there. Beautiful.
Away there. Yeah, very nice area. Pretty close to the club. So, yeah, loving it there.
How long are you planning to leech off them for?
Wait and see. This is my second year, so...
What, you're going to extend it out next year?
How long did
no
Bunga
plans
go?
yet.
I
think a few boys have gone like 4 years.
I think Scotty Lysette was one of the worst. Scotty was there till like his 5th year or something.
Right.
But yeah.
They're doing a good job then. If you don't want to leave, massive tick.
Yeah.
You got the Dockers fan out of you yet? Were you a Dockers fan, being a Peel?
No. I was West Coast, yeah.
Really?
My whole family's West Coast,
That's handy. I just thought I'd throw the lure out there and see what good.
Nah.
Were you sort of starstruck then when first coming in? Fanboying up a little bit with...
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. For sure, actually, yeah. It's pretty unreal. Like, I was die-hard Eagles, as are my family. That draft night, getting phone calls and text messages was pretty surreal. Yeah.
Because you reckon when you went and talked to Lecker, that was really the most surreal moment as a West Perth boy and someone that followed him quite clearly, closely?
Yeah, I love Leck. Like, he was my idol growing up. Like, we both played for the same junior footy club, I was really small when I was younger, similar to yourself, like didn't develop until late and just like adored him. So meeting him was a big one. We asked a couple of the other younger players, was there anyone on the list who's flicked you a message with a nickname and you were like, who is this? So, for example, I think...
I reckon there was one, yeah.
Yeah, there's always someone. Like, might have been Matt Allen back in the day, signed like Melon to me when I first got drafted. And I was like, who is Melon? Like, I had no clue who he was.
Yeah.
Anyone that you remember? Or walking into the club day one, who someone's got up to you and go, hey, mate, how are you? And you thought, oh, this might be a trainer or something. But it's actually,
none of
it's
them.
actually a player.
None of them, nah. I feel like there was a few, but I can't actually remember them. Maybe like initials probably got me for a bit, like TB.
Yeah.
So which player were you
Where you
to be
just
the most stoked to meet?
Bunga probably.
Love that.
Classic response.
Yeah.
All right, mate, last one before we get the fan questions. You've got, what do you got here? 3,500 followers on Insta. Brady.Hough 3 for those interested. What can they expect if they were to follow this? Because what have I got you? For one post this year, twice last year.
One of those being the club champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what's
Very-
going
I
on,
need to
mate?
lift my game.
What's going on?
I'll get a few stories up, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
one to
reposting
take-
the club. This
No.
is something I can't have. The young boys just reposting
I've got
stories
a
of
few other
themselves from the
things
club.
in there.
You got what?
A few other stories apart from the club, but
Right.
yeah, I do.
So
need
you're
to
worth a
lift. I'll
follow.
lift.
This isn't a true representation of what you got to offer for the fans out there thinking of.
Yeah, I'll lift for him.
Can we put the heat on you? Post by this time next week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deal.
that easy. All right, beautiful.
Bang.
Go on to the gram,
Yeah.
search up the great man, and CVH will have it up for you.
You did have a photo of Jai from Club Champs Night, of Jai Cully. Have you two spoken to him in the last little bit, seeing how he's going mentally?
Yeah, flicked him a few messages. Yeah, he's going well. I think he comes back with us when we fly back from Carlton. So
Cool. So he's a week away from returning home.
yeah,
Yeah,
week away.
I think he's having a good time over there with his partner Jeannie over in Melbourne. So I think they've just been like camping and
Yeah.
enjoying. Obviously, with that type of injury,
You're about to start the big climb.
yeah, a lot of the off season, unfortunately for him, he's going to be required to train quite a bit. So guys like that who people think the off season, oh yeah, well you've got time off. When he's going to miss a prolonged period, he's required to train pretty much that whole time if he's going to be back at the time he wants to next year. So it's just the nature of footy sometimes doesn't work out. So the club's done the right by him by giving him maybe a month off or so to still be training, but a bit of chance to disconnect from the footy club.
That works for me. We're going to go to the fan questions. Appreciate everyone that wrote in, as always. During a tough year, but they are up and about, so let's get to them. The J. Jaden, how long until you kick a goal? You're on a very short list of goalless Eagles now.
Yeah, I am. I'm me, Chess. I think he's one. Baz.
Chess has had about 7 or 8 looks at it.
Just had a few more shots than yourself off, man.
I've had a few looks at it, probably from a bit far out for my liking, but yeah, it's hard to get up there as a backman at the moment. But
Yeah, you haven't done yourselves any favours, really.
Nah.
You're going to be in TB areas. You go to
hopefully
lockdown defender.
by this year, hopefully.
By this year.
End of this year.
Beautiful.
Just
Don't want to be in my third year and still haven't kicked one.
I've got one from Arch Takes Dubs. What's been your favourite memory so far in your career?
Oh,
And I'll exclude your first game because that's obviously a special moment for everyone. But apart from your first game, what have been your favourite moments?
maybe JK's last game was pretty surreal
Against
to be a part.
Adelaide? Yeah.
Be a part of that. Yeah, that was a great game. The crowd was up and about. I'd say that's probably best memory. Apart first game would be, but
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Jack Chatfield, how is his Heem hoodie going?
Ham.
Good. Got the free hoodie from him. He's from HBL where I used to play down south. So yeah, it's a good hoodie. Very nice.
There's another HBL question in there. There's from Jared Green. Do you miss playing for HBL?
No, I'm happy to be playing here, but I like getting back down there, try and get down and watch them as much as I can, but it's a bit of a trek. So
Jared, he's on to greener pastures, mate. I'm afraid he's going.
The 1 and 502, what would be your career if not for footy?
I started like a bit of study for phys ed teaching,
Oh, nice.
so maybe something down that alley, but yeah, something to do with sport for sure.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Mitchie Hoff wants to know which of your brothers flogged you the most in footy.
Oh, mate, we had some good battles out on the front lawn. So I've got two older brothers, Jason and Mitch.
Age difference between the two of them?
Jason is 26 now. Mitch would be 24, so a bit older than me. I'm 20. Jace was big, so probably but they were different players. Different players. Mitch was actually pretty good footballer.
Did you ever get a period where you were as good as them coming up to the latter stages, or they always had you?
No, they always had me. 4 years. Yeah.
Just checking. But you're a gun now, Hoffy. I don't ask.
I've got him now.
Noah Howard, 19. What was your welcome to the AFL moment?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You haven't been mixed at any stage properly, have you? Next 2 years?
Yeah, probably. TB cleaned me up once in the goal square, and that was like, that would be it actually. So I've like
You got a game for me, like a year? I'll go find it.
Home game definitely last year.
Good luck with that. Go looking.
Hang on, I'm trying to think.
No, I'll find it. If you home game last year, I'll
I'll
get
find it for you. I've got the photos of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just come in like ball. They've kicked it in like on the goal line. I've come across the spoil and he's come back with a flight and just like cleaned me up. That one hurt, and that was definitely the moment. Yeah,
Nice.
from my own teammate.
All right. One of your teammates told me to ask this, but Xavier Williams has beaten him to the punch. Does the Hoff still roll around with the self-dubbed Ferrari nickname?
Jerry does.
It gets around a bit.
What's the full nickname?
The Ferrari.
The Harvey Ferrari.
Harvey Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's come about from HBL as well, home club. We had a few like ex-Subi players down there, and I think Clarkey was mates with a few of them. So I think that's how it got up from down there. And
You didn't want to bring it with you?
No, I didn't bring it with me, but Clarkey brought it. And he's stuck with it a bit. And you've picked on it. A few boys have picked onto it.
Yeah.
Latched onto it.
There's another nickname getting around, mate. Do you want to explain what it is, or do you want me to do the honours?
You do.
CBH. After he's had Cameron in his back pocket, he's gone around and started calling himself Coach's Votes Hoffy.
You have.
No, so we got a couple of coaches' votes, and I thought the big fella, I'll just roll with that. And Hoffy is one of the more humble 19, how old are you, 19, 20?
20, yeah.
20, yeah. 20-year-olds I've met, because I say it to him and he goes already, he's like, stop it. Like, he genuinely does not enjoy being called it.
Works a treat. The Brady Hough fan page. Wow, as I live and breathe. We'll get to his second question in a minute, but who's the worst person on away game flights? Too nice to pot someone here?
Oh, Rhett. Rhett
Yeah,
was,
Chillman.
yeah, Rhett Bazzo. Sat behind me on the way back from Brisbane. Long flight.
6 hours.
6 hours. And I've just started to watch a movie. He's right behind me. And he's just like touching, like getting under your armpit, tickling me, kicking me. Yeah, that was a pain, probably for the first hour of the flight. And I was just like, oh.
And like, he gets annoyed when you bite back. He's like, whoa, why'd you do that for? Or like, he'll just walk up to you and pretend to hit you in the face. And he'll be like, too flinching. And she's like, stop.
Oh, yeah, that's
annoys me when he does that.
He's calmed down a bit on that. He took half the pack of me lollies too, probably.
What do we need to know about the Brady Hough fan page? Like, how involved are you in looking at this?
You
or
would have
what?
looked at it before.
Yeah, I've been tagged in heaps of stuff, so I've seen it, yeah.
What's it like?
I've got no idea who runs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going? They want to know out of 10. How good is it?
Oh, they're pretty consistent. Pretty consistent. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. No, the media team actually came to me and was like, do you have anything to do with this? Because they were like pretty, I don't know, some of the comments on, I think, the West Coast post were like going at it. So like pretty brutal, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they were like, yeah, hidden and stuff.
Interesting.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay. From Brock _2580, a staple question. Who's your favourite teammate, mate? You can go on field and off. Who do you love lining up next to?
Okay, Duggo.
Yeah. Duggo said you the other week, so that's good.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And why Duggo?
just being a big mentor for me. I stayed with him when I first come up for that first week. Since then, he's just been, helps me out as much as he can, and obviously he's a great leader on field, great bloke off field. So, yeah, he's tough and just good to be on the field with. Off field, play a bit of golf with Longy.
Nige.
Oz, we played a bit of golf,
We
bit
did.
of 2K, so Oz would be up there.
Yep.
Can you play golf?
Chess, I'm
Yeah, you're all right. Yeah.
all right, yeah.
We're
probably
all
about the
battlers,
same,
yeah.
yeah. All battling, yeah.
And chess getting a mention. That's good.
Yes.
What about, it's Leo King. Would you rather be stuck on an island with Gov or chess?
Oh, stuck on an island. I'd say Gov. He'd have like more survival skills and stuff. Chess.
Bit sheltered.
Yeah. I'd say Gov, yeah.
I reckon the chats would be a bit flatter with Gov though. Like Gov would be a bit more deep for me. Like he'd be talking some.
Gov's funny.
Yeah,
when he
he's
gets
funny,
up
but
and
he'd be
going.
talking about like business opportunities and stuff.
Well, on
like
the
that.
island,
I
there's
need
room
some-
for business
mate.
growth there.
Wait, when there's nothing going on, the big fella gets going. But Croc does have the best stories. That's
Yeah,
one
he
thing I'll
has
say.
great
Like he
stories.
has you in belly laughs.
Yeah.
Like, he's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, this is a different one on the desert island. Philip on Twitter asked, if you're stuck on a deserted island with no food and an only option is to eat a teammate, who are you eating and who would you prefer not to eat?
That's a tough one. Who am I eating? I'd be one to starve. I wouldn't eat anyone. But who would I not want to eat? Boots, maybe.
Boots, why's that?
Goes camping a bit. I think he'd be good survival. TB, very smart. I think he'd know what he's doing out there.
Hang on, this has got nothing to do with eating him, though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't eat him because that'd help me survive. Did you say on an island?
Oh, yeah. No, this is all about cannibalism, this question.
Oh, I wouldn't eat anyone.
Yeah, well, who would you least want to eat? If they're like, who's the least desirable want to chow it down into? Who's the hairiest dude on the list? Petch? He's pretty hairy, isn't he?
Bunga.
Yeah, Bunga would be shocking. He'd be all like gamey too.
Looks like there's some good muscle on that calf. You can gnaw on the calf for a while. All right, last question. Thanks to everyone that wrote in. We'd love to get to them all. Thumpalicious, worth a follow, just quietly. Which teammate, past or present, Hoff, would you trade your career for in terms of the accolades? Like who's, pretending like you were retiring tomorrow, which teammate, past or present, would you have loved to have swapped the accolades with and had their career on field?
Oh, I'd have to say Bunga. Just club champ. How many games you've played now? Something ridiculous.
330 odd, something like
Yeah,
that.
Bunga for sure.
Easy answer.
Premiership player.
Are you picking the same premiership captain, club record holder, or are you going JK for your goal record?
Oh.
You big greedy goal man.
Yeah.
Kenners would be tough to pass up. Like premiership medal, All-Australian, Common medalist, leading club goal kicker.
You forwards
all
are all
round,
the same.
all
mate.
round great bloke.
You forwards are all the same.
Kenners probably the one for me.
Yeah.
All right, Hoffy, that's it. You got any questions for us, mate?
Nah, not much.
Didn't
Nothing.
think so.
Thanks for coming in, mate.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for having me on.
No, that's it. Coast to coast, courtesy of Tab Touch. You can take that
got
water
the
bottle.
touch.
Take the water bottle home, Oz.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a winner, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Good work.
Pretty happy with this.
Thanks for coming in, Hoffy. Good luck this afternoon's game, boys. Hope you you take the opposition to town on the court.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's go,
Hopefully we're in
boys.
form.
Thanks.
He'll make it for sure. That's why I backed him on Tab Touch.
You got the touch. You got the power. Got the touch? Choose Tap Touch. Better your bet. Download the app today.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.